let's go. Let's go. Now to tell everyone that I am live. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, time for Twitter. Yes. There's so many things. Oh wait, you see? Wait, you can see it. Oh, oh well. Well, today we're doing reactions because of a certain hand cannot play video games. Yep. So I'm just gonna do reaction streams for a few days. Hello, Alex. Hi. Hello. How are you? How are you? I hope everything's going good. Oh man, yeah. Doing reaction streams for a while now because of a certain hand that needs to be in a brace. So let's go watch these corrupted sheriff. What? Wait, Nightbot, no! Nightbot! What? Nightbot! What? Nightbot, no! No, Nightbot! What do you mean? Nightbot, no! Nightbot, no! Why is he so angry at me? I don't know why Nightbot doesn't. Maybe it's because it was all caps? I don't know. Nightbot, how dare you? Nightbot! Can we time out Nightbot? Wait. Time out Nightbot for. I'm not yelling at your brother, that was just happiness. Yeah! I don't know why. It's all caps? Wait. Nightbot! I am so confused. Well, let's get into the reaction though. Because I'm just yelling, yeah. I'm so confused why Nightbot just like, oh. All caps, meaning you want spam. Well, no caps, I guess, yeah. Warning, Nightbot is going to go and time you out and delete the messages when you do all caps. Like, it's. I think you can do all caps, but you can't be like one after another with all caps. I think that's why Nightbot did that. Don't know though. But it's still hilarious. Okay, let's go into this video. I've been getting into this guy, Audit the Audit. You have to go check him out. I'm just like watching him recently, where he ranks and tell us some things about law and stuff, and how some people do things. This is actually in real life. So yeah, let's go. Or actually, good, just stay here. Yeah, Audit the Audit. Here's this disclaimer.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers search warrants, officer privilege, and departmental corruption, and is brought to us by Fire and Police Videos' channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. Let's dive right in and audit the interaction. On the evening of March 22nd, 2020, Espanola, New Mexico resident Philip Chacon barricaded himself into.
I'm just gonna go say this quickly. I don't have the link for that video. But yeah, it happened in real life. I believe so anyways. Well, let's continue.
His home after the Espanola Police Department attempted to make contact with him regarding a stabbing incident which occurred earlier that day. The Espanola PD surrounded the house and began issuing orders for Mr. Chacon to surrender peacefully. Shortly after the incident began, Rio Arriba Sheriff James Lujan arrived on the scene in plain clothes and attempted to order the Espanola City police officers to leave the scene.
Yeah, yes.
I'll bring him in.
Bring who in?
Phil Chacon? That's who you have a warrant for?
Right.
Pull everybody out. I'll bring him in.
I don't want to pull them out.
Huh?
I don't want to pull them back.
Excuse me? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. I will bring him in. Okay?
Wait, I have to go back. Did he say...
Aims for Mr. Chacon to surrender peacefully. Shortly after the incident began, Rio Arriba Sheriff James Lujan arrived on the scene in
Oh,
plain
he
clothes
is...
and
Oh, he's a sheriff.
Yeah, yes.
That's who you have a warrant for?
Right.
Pull everybody out. I'll bring him in.
I don't want to pull them out.
Huh?
I don't want to pull them back.
Excuse me? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. I will bring him in. Okay? We don't need to make this bigger than what it is.
Hey,
Oh.
the sheriff just pulled in, and he's asking us to pull back, and he'll pull him in. But he's been drinking. I can smell it on him. We're gonna need somebody. Huh? Yeah. And we need to pull somebody over here, somebody above me, because he's already pushing his weight around with me. So. Okay.
What? If someone's drunk and they're like a police officer and they get a call, I think they should just ignore it because you can't think rationally when you're drunk. That's a pretty bad idea to do. I don't know much about law, but yeah, I don't think the sheriff should be on duty at the moment if he's drunk. Actually, he shouldn't even be drinking on duty.
We're not pulling back. I'm waiting for. I told Jeremy. Jeremy's calling Commando in now. But do you smell it, or am I the only one who smells it?
Please do something about
Okay.
it.
Right.
Mr. Chacon eventually surrendered to the officers and was taken into custody. During the standoff, Sheriff Lujan revealed to the Espanola officers that he had been communicating with Mr. Chacon while he was inside the home, and briefly attempted to convince the officers that Mr. Chacon was not actually in the house. Sheriff Lujan's strange behavior and unwelcome appearance garnered suspicion from the Espanola Police Department, and culminated in the department filing official charges against Sheriff Lujan and securing search warrants for both the sheriff's personal cell phone and the phone issued to him by the sheriff's office. On the morning of May 14th, the Espanola PD attempted to serve those warrants at the Rio Arriba Sheriff's Office.
Hey, Undersheriff, how are you? Good, yeah. Good. It's James here, the sheriff. Just saying this man. Hold on. Hello, sir.
Oh, well, he shouldn't be even on duty. I agree. Oh yeah, you said it. Yeah. You're behind. No. Hello, newbie. Okay, I'm going to say this. You're behind. Behind again. No. Oh. But yeah. Also, hello, newbie. My fucking life. Yeah. That happens. Ooh. It looks like lamb. Looks like I am. Yeah. Not again. Oh, she's streaming.
At this point, Sheriff Lujan has officially been served the search warrants and must comply with the orders of the judge immediately. The search warrant authorizes officers to search the sheriff for the phones, and as of this moment, the phones are in the sheriff's pocket, which means that he was served the warrant while in possession of the phones. However, Sheriff Lujan attempts to circumvent the authority of the warrants by handing his phones to his colleague, Under Sheriff Martin Trujillo.
What? Wait, no, what? Why? If he's gonna give it to his colleagues and not the police officer himself who has the warrant, then he's definitely hiding something. Definitely.
Hold on to that.
What?
Filed today. You have your phone? Call Nate.
Okay, that gives even more suspicion if he does that. 100% more suspicion. If he has like a warrant, if a police officer has a warrant for the sheriff, or anyone actually, you have to comply and give it to the person who has the warrant. I believe that's how it works. And because it's not the other sheriffs who has the warrant, it's the police officer. And this gives more suspicion to the officer than if he would have just gave him the phone 100%.
Casados is not. This is for which case? What case is this?
So that is in reference to stemming from the original charges.
Which one? A misdemeanor?
So that one.
You got a search warrant on a misdemeanor.
I don't know. Somewhere, yeah. Clovis somewhere.
Well, he has my personal phone and my work phone. Okay.
Because they gave it to him while reading that. Yeah. Okay. What he did was trying to avoid having his phone searched. 100%. He is hiding something. 100%.
Okay, so it's gonna stay there until I get it cleared through my attorney first.
The sheriff informs the officers that he will not surrender the phones until he has spoken with his attorney. While all Americans are entitled to due process under the 5th and 14th Amendments, disputing the legitimacy of a search warrant as it is being served does not fall within the scope of those protections. If a defendant wishes to challenge the validity of a search warrant, they must do so in a court of law, not on the streets. And the fact that the Espanola officers allowed the sheriff to call his attorney and wander around the office freely after serving the warrants is a testament to the privilege that officers often afford one another when performing their duties. In a country where departments are authorized to execute no-knock raids daily, seize millions of dollars of contraband, and intercept sensitive personal information all in the name of justice, it is highly irregular for officers to allow a suspect to comply with a warrant on their own terms.
Yeah. That's just dumb. Okay, officers. The suspect has no right to do that when there's a warrant. It gives you more freedom and stuff. I for sure know that because, like, you have no choice. 100% no choice if there's a warrant. I think they forgot about that, the officers.
It doesn't have the case number on here for the original. That's a PD case number. It doesn't have a magistrate or a district case. This is in district court too, and this is a magistrate warrant. Okay? This case is already in district court.
This is a magistrate warrant.
You understand that this case is in district court, right? Did you get a district court judge to approve it?
District court judges don't do.
He is trying to give them like a false sense. He's basically gaslighting the officers. That's what I'm saying here. That's definitely gaslighting. But he's trying to make them believe that they accidentally took the wrong warrant or something. But he is really hiding something. He's making sure everything's wrong. Because you're probably not updated. You're not looking at things. You already drink on duty. You really, really, really drink. You obviously you wouldn't know because you are basically neglecting your duties. Obviously, I can tell from that. I don't understand why people somehow get these kind of jobs.
They just don't do them.
In the 1971 Supreme Court case of Coolidge versus Hampshire, the court held that a warrant must be issued by a neutral and detached judge capable of determining whether probable cause exists. Whether the warrant was signed by the circuit judge or a magistrate is irrelevant. To obtain a warrant, law enforcement officers must show that there is probable cause to believe a search is justified. Officers must support this showing with sworn statements and must describe in particularity the place they will search and the items they will seize. The search warrant that the Espanola officers are attempting to serve specifically targets Sheriff Lujan's work phone and the personal phone that he was using to communicate with Mr. Chacon during the March 22nd standoff. Keep this in mind, because it will play an important role later in this episode.
Yeah. He's probably. Yeah, that's pretty true. Like, that officer. He's hiding something 100%. I know I've said it many times, but he is definitely hiding. Maybe he's. Actually. Is he protecting a criminal? Because doing that is actually quite illegal. No matter what you're doing. Except if you're a lawyer because you're paid to do it. But, if you hinder the investigation, you are basically making it harder for people to investigate something, then definitely they are going to go. It's quite illegal doing that, and that's what I'm seeing here.
What is it exactly are you looking for?
Just the plates in there.
Let me send this back to you. Wow. You have 3 units out there? For what?
So, yeah.
Why aren't they doing anything? They have a search warrant. Obviously, they will be able to do it. 100%. Just get. Just make them take the phone. Just take the phones. Because you have access to it.
I have all my units here. What do you see here? The undersheriff, myself, the transport deputy, Leon doing report. And so
Okay.
what? What are you
Sounds good.
saying I'm gonna do something? You don't know. Really, Ernest? Really?
Sure.
Wow. Okay, well then
But
you can stand outside of my office. I'm going in here. That's really, really, really bad, Ernest.
Undersheriff Trujillo walks away with the phones, and the Espanola officers inform the deputies that they need to be able to see the phones in case the sheriff attempts to delete anything. The sheriff and undersheriff eventually return to the front of the office, but continue to wander aimlessly in and out of the view of the officers. Shortly thereafter, Espanola Interim Police Chief Roger Jimenez arrives on the scene to speak with Sheriff Lujan.
They're trying to. They're trying to temper evidence. 100% trying to temper evidence. Because that's another illegal thing. You can easily get put into. You can easily get arrested for just tempering evidence on purpose. That's only on purpose. Because, like, you can move some things from, like, an accident, but if that's only thinking if it's, like, helping someone do it, trying to help someone instead of, like, tampering the evidence of the accident scene and stuff. I saw a video of that. It's like, wow. He was just trying to save this guy. But yeah, so far it's good. I Why aren't they doing anything though? Why aren't they doing anything?
He's trying to make contact with.
Morning, Undersheriff. Is he gonna comply or no, Mr. Undersheriff?
Waiting for his attorney to get him because.
Okay.
We're gonna be trying to call him, but he.
So he has the warrants, they're signed, they're legal, it's a court order. I know you guys are just doing your job, but I don't want you guys in the middle of this. All we needed the phones, that's it.
Well, I'll take his advice from his attorney.
This guy here, he is smart. Very smart.
I got him. No.
You have your phone, his phones, yes?
Okay.
Can I see him at least so I could give you that professional courtesy?
I think you can have you guys leave. I mean,
Okay, they have a search warrant, and those guys, these two, do not have a say for it. That's definitely. They have no say in it. They have no say in it. They have a warrant because, like, they could easily tamper evidence if they leave. If they listen, then that is bad, very bad.
nothing will happen.
Well, I'm not the one making the show. I had only sent these guys in here. You know, I just, again, we want the phone.
That's fine. You're probably gonna get the phone, but wait till.
Those sheriffs can't say that. They have to comply. 100% have to comply. No matter where, which department or whatever you are, you have to comply. Even if you're like the president of the United States, you have to comply. You can't do that. Even if you're like a king or queen, you have to comply because there's some things that actually I don't know about royalty, but everyone has to comply to a warrant. They have no say in it after all.
Well, as you know, Undersheriff, it's not probably, there's a court order. You know, I don't want to, I really don't. I don't want to have to put anybody in cuffs, I don't. But if that's what I have to do, then I will do it. I don't want to do that.
Props to him.
And you're saying who?
Him.
Oh.
Alright. I talked to him. I got you on the phone. I have the copy of the search warrant.
Somebody has here.
I gave him copies.
Where are they?
What's that? The warrants?
You asked for them?
No, he gave them to me. Okay. Search me. Well, I have a search warrant for my person.
Are you going to comply, yes or no? That's all I want. I want the phones. That's it.
I told you. You have your search warrant says to search me for personal phones?
He has the phones. He already told me he has the phones.
Okay. That's not what the search warrant says, does it?
Okay.
Okay, it's because when you... Okay. He is definitely hiding. If he had nothing to hide, he would comply. But it's because I think the reason why he's like refusing is because he is hiding something and he doesn't want them to see it. But because they have a warrant, they can't do anything about it, even if someone is holding it right now. What their warrant says is to see his stuff. It probably doesn't say who, no matter how, like who, doesn't matter who has it, but he gave the phones while reading the warrant away. Like, he is trying to hide something illegal 100%.
Okay, so you want us to lock down the sheriff's office? Go ahead and call them back. You're going to stay out here, sir. Stay out here. For what? Because... No. Undersheriff,
You can go through the court system.
we are. We're going to lock down this building until he gives me those phones.
Really?
Yes, that's what the DA's office advised.
Really? Yeah. Where's it on paper?
You can call her. Andrea Reed. You want her number?
I actually like how he's wearing that mask. It looks hilarious. But now they're refusing him entry. Wow. You cannot deny a warrant. You can't.
He's going out.
You're not going to stop me from leaving if I want to leave. Am I under arrest?
If we have to,
Am I under arrest?
not
Good.
now.
Get away from me.
Not now. Go back inside. We're gonna lock down the office. Please go back in the office. Seriously.
Don't touch. Back up.
You can go in the office, but
Back up. Don't touch. Don't reach. Back up.
go inside.
Okay, that. Wow, the corrupt sheriff is controlling them. They're gaslighting him. They're manipulating them because of his personal wants.
Because you're not certified, so
Back up.
This slight physical altercation demonstrates that the deputies prioritize their loyalty to the sheriff above their sworn duty to uphold the law. The Espanola officers followed the proper protocol and served a legitimate search warrant to the sheriff. The Rio Arriba deputies are bound by the same oath to uphold the law as it is dictated by their respective justice system as every other member of law enforcement.
Yeah.
Their failure to uphold the search warrant raises serious questions about their competence as a department and reveals a glaring gap between their ability to perform their duties according to the law and the ethical standards associated with law enforcement as a whole.
So are you refusing? Is that what you're saying?
Refusing what?
You're refusing a lawful order?
You still in the back?
From the judge.
What judge?
Judge
Farmer?
Gonzalez.
On what case is that on?
On my case. You have the search warrant.
On your case?
Yeah, you have the search warrant. You have
Search
the
warrant. The case is going to district court, right?
Wow, he is now trying to gaslight that guy, this officer. He is manipulating, gaslighting. That's actually something really bad for mental health. They should have mentioned that.
You continue
It's a district
to
court judge
resist and
has this
obstruct.
case,
You're
right?
showing a pattern of behavior, Sheriff. Yes.
Huh.
It's a pattern of
I read it
harassment
twice.
from you is what
I
it
read it
is.
twice.
Retaliation and
Twice.
harassment is what it is.
Twice. That's okay. You have your opportunity in court. I'm here
So
asking.
will you on a misdemeanor.
Okay, for now. For now.
I've
For
done
now.
nothing. Are you
Then
accusing me?
Get back up. They're refusing to do something that they have obligated to be able to do. They have a warrant, a search warrant no less. And if they refuse, they will get arrested probably. Like no matter what, they will have to comply.
You have something else?
Then why not give me the phone?
I told you I'm seeking legal counsel first. I have that right. Do I not have a right to seek?
They have a right if they didn't have a warrant. But because they have a warrant, he doesn't have a right.
You have the legal order. You have
I
a
do.
legal order.
And it doesn't say how long I have to give it to you, does it?
It says now.
Does
Yes,
it?
yes.
Show me.
It's a court order. You have the copies.
It says now?
Yeah, well, when do you, okay, so you get a search warrant, you just do it whenever you want?
Sheriff, it would just be so much easier if you just give us these phones.
I don't have the phones, do I?
Well, no, but I saw you give them to your undersheriff who has them in his pocket. So just the knowledge of that.
Give me the phones. This is all harassment and retaliation because I told the city council that you shouldn't be the chief. That's what it is.
No, the thing is, it's because he's refusing to comply with the warrant. How many times do I have to say this? Though this is a video. He is not harassing him. He is just refusing to do something that he has no right to refuse because of a warrant. That's what warrants are for. Anyways.
Yes.
Think whatever you want.
I don't think, I know.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. Go ahead.
Harassment or just don't want to get away with whatever he's doing.
These phones are not to be gone through until you have a warrant for the content. You only have a warrant.
They have the warrant for the content. The search warrant. That's what it is. Ah!
You're
Not the
absolutely right.
content.
You're absolutely right.
Good luck, and you better not come through a magistrate. You better go through a district court judge.
Thank you, Undersheriff.
Cool.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
After acquiring the phones, the Espanola officers left the scene without further incident. The officers secured a search warrant for the contents of the phone a few days later and discovered that Sheriff Lujan did not surrender the correct phone to the officers. The search warrant specifically named the phone that the sheriff had used to communicate with Mr. Chacon, but neither of the phones that the sheriff gave to the officers were the one he had used on March 22nd. Upon
Wow, he is tampering evidence.
realizing that the sheriff failed to comply with the stipulations of the search warrants, an arrest warrant was issued. And on May 21st, the Espanola Police Department arrested Sheriff Lujan at his office. During the arrest, the sheriff managed to get a resisting charge stacked on top of the other charges he was already facing. Overall, Sheriff Lujan and the Rio Arriba Sheriff's Office get an F for failing to comply with the language of the search warrants, escalating a lawful interaction into a passive-aggressive standoff, and actively working to shield the sheriff from the authority of a court order. The blind loyalty of the deputies sheds light on the gang-like operations of certain police departments across the country, and officers who operate under the best interest of their department at the expense of properly enforcing the law are a danger to their communities. If the sheriff's actions are any indication of his guilt, then there is no doubt that he will be prosecuted for his crimes. It will be interesting to see what, if any, information is gathered from the cell phone that the sheriff went through so much trouble to hide, and there is a good possibility that the sheriff could face more charges in the future. Throughout the interaction, the sheriff mentions that the search warrants were issued in retaliation for comments that he had made about the interim police chief, but I was unable to substantiate those claims, and the sheriff's office could not be reached for comment. The Espanola Police Department gets a C- for
Yeah.
offering the sheriff privileges that they do not grant to average citizens by allowing the sheriff and deputies to wander aimlessly through the building while executing a search warrant, and not arresting the sheriff after he made several attempts to evade complying with the court order. By extending a professional courtesy to Sheriff Lujan, the Espanola officers afforded him ample time to deceive the officers and attempt to make a getaway in the middle of the interaction. Any civilian who attempted to evade a search warrant by leaving the scene or passing off evidence to a colleague would have been arrested on the spot. And this encounter draws many parallels to an interaction I have covered in the past involving the arrest of attorney Victor Revel for defying the authority of a search warrant in central Alabama. I will post a link to that episode in the info card above. Regardless of any professional titles, all Americans are equally subject to the laws of this country. But the Espanola Police Department provided Sheriff Lujan with a degree of leniency that is not consistent with the standard protocols administered during most interactions with average citizens. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more police interaction content.
Wow. That is pretty tough. Okay, let's go and stream snipe. Wait, she's in snipe. Here she is.
Already? Goddamn.
No ads. Uh. Oh, this is an ad. I forgot it was an ad. Let's go here. Yes. Oh yeah, thank you for Kiri VT for the follow. And apparently my stream is unstable. Yeah. 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a random something flower like. I can't even use flower.
Oh, so cute. Yeah. Okay. So cute. Mm. Should I say something? Oh, I paused it. No.
Hey, Romero. Kiss a bit.
I
Real life.
don't might not understand, but in Twitter, there's this AI you can go and put together, and for some reason, the AI thinks that me and her are the ones. So apparently, I have a wife now.
No drab, no references here. Just
Sure.
well, I mean, other than the character info, but I'm just gonna run through it, man.
But yeah.
Okay, now to do some speedy coloring.
They're so cute.
I'm gonna be looking down a lot in this stream, so Romero, you're already out with the hydrate. Well, lucky for me, I bought me some a watermelon lemonade Snapple
Yeah.
to start off today's stream. We also get to see what the Snapple's at. We can crack that open. Let's see here. News fact number 48. Cats can hear ultrasound. I mean, animals are pretty sensitive and senses anyway, so that's cool.
Ooh.
Yum.
Okay.
However, can I hear ultrasound? The answer is gonna be a big fat no because I'm already hard of hearing as it is. Nope. Nope.
Shall let you draw my little wife, my short wife. Shall let you draw my short. I shall let you draw at the moment streaming.
I don't know how long all
I
these will
shall
take, but you know what? I want this one to be
later
clean
my
as soon
wife.
as I'm recording. I doubt I will, but you know, it's a thing.
Shall see you later, my bad. Also, don't need to see that. I seriously love that. Okay, let's call the Harpy. Okay, what should we watch next? Um, Deputy arrests FBI agent after a strange meeting. I want to see what happened.
Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers FBI investigations, officer authority, and public official corruption, and comes to us from the Tallahassee Democrat. Be sure to
What?
check out the description below and
This
give
time
them the credit they deserve. Before we dive into the interaction, I want to give a big thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this
No,
episode.
no, no,
Speaking
no,
of
no, no,
equipment,
no,
really
no.
left the
No
scene
free.
of the accident Coast prominent businesswoman during this video. On December 3rd,
I'm not
2019,
sponsored.
real estate agent and prominent businesswoman Marilyn Bean was involved in a minor traffic accident in the small Gulf Coast town of Carabel, nestled along the Florida Panhandle. Mrs. Bean left the scene of the accident and was subsequently issued a citation by Deputy Rolf Gordon of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office. After the citation was sent to the courthouse, Mrs. Bean complained to the sheriff's office, who pulled the ticket for a review. The prosecution then dismissed the charge, and the ticket was never entered into the clerk of court's system. On December 20th, Deputy Gordon received a call to his personal cell phone from an individual who identified himself as an FBI agent and requested that the deputy come to a nearby parking lot for a meeting.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay.
That'll work.
You run your body cam?
I am now, because I don't know how legit you are at the moment.
It's okay. Special Agent Matt. The FBI.
Okay.
You got that on body cam?
I do, but I don't understand what the problem is with you meet me at the office.
I'll talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office about it. Cut off the recording device now.
Okay. Well, I will.
Okay, FBI agents, they do have to do more harder work than the police officers because the police officers don't have the amount of training as FBI agents and don't have good eyes. But this interaction is strange. Why would a FBI agent ask something from a police officer? That is really strange.
So when I leave the area, sir. Hey, TJ, this guy is telling me to turn my body camera off and telling me he's going to contact other people to get involved with this. Get his tag number real quick. It's going to be LKST57.
Okay, FBI agents, they don't have the authority to do that, I believe. I don't know the laws of police officers, FBIs, and stuff, but I don't think FBIs don't have the privilege to order police officers much. At least for the body cams, because they need it for the evidence. If the FBI says to turn off the body cam, then that means he's hiding something. This is very suspicious.
LKST57. 33 Franklin, 1065, Florida 28. No, he's telling me to turn my camera off. Lima, Kilo, Sierra, Tango 57. I got 703 out here with me. Alright, well he's leaving the area, but I guess, but it's a blue Ford Fusion, Ford Taurus. So he says he does not give out business cards. Yeah, I don't believe this. No. There's something fishy with this right here.
This is FBI Special Agent Alexis Hatton, who traveled from Panama City to investigate the citation that Deputy Gordon had issued. Agent Hatton is part of an FBI team that has been investigating a number of cases of public corruption in North Florida, which have led to numerous guilty pleas from government officials, including former Tallahassee City Commissioner Scott Maddox.
Give him my
Interestingly
armor
enough,
breather.
Deputy Gordon later admits to the sheriff that it wasn't until Agent Hatton revealed to Deputy Gordon that he was the subject of a federal investigation that the deputy became suspicious.
But he told me I need to discuss some things with you about the Carabel area. Are you working over here today?
Franklin,
I said, yes, sir.
you did advise Lawrence.
So he told me to meet him here. I came up. He said, do you mind me sitting in my car with me real quick? He showed me, he flipped open his
Just making
wallet
sure we have
and
the right
showed
system.
credentials. It didn't show he didn't show a badge, but showed FBI in his name. So I came in there and he goes, I need to discuss a ticket on a Maryland Bing that you wrote, which is a ticket that I wrote, but I actually rescinded it. I said, okay. I said, do you mind if I go pull it up on my CAD so I can recall what's going on here, because I know you can't tell me about it and I want to get it right. So I went in there, at the same time I'm pulling up the report, I called TJ, I said, hey, is this, should I be getting interviewed on the side of the road, or should he be doing something else? And TJ says he needs to go through the front office and set up an interview time.
According to the deputy, Agent Hatton's FBI credentials were legitimate enough for Deputy Gordon to get into the vehicle with him and sit dangerously close in the passenger seat, but suddenly became suspicious when the agent revealed that he was conducting an investigation into the deputy.
Oh, wrong end. Okay, that is strange.
He's got a radio and he's got credentials.
Franklin,
33, go ahead. Yeah, he told me to turn my body camera off because he didn't want that running, and so now No, he's still here. He's looking at me.
Franklin 33, that 428.
Okay, the only people who can really get access to the recording of the body cam is basically just the police. If he doesn't want them on, then that means there's something fishy about it, really fishy. I understand why the deputy finds that very suspicious.
Kilo Sierra Tango 57. She was played on 2015.
Absolutely
Ford,
not.
Four-door, still
Now he's
dark blue in color.
Now he's saying I'm trying to detain
Comes back
him.
to
I've never
Advanced
told you I was
Wiring
detaining you. That's on
Corporation,
camera
Jacksonville.
that you are staying here
How
willingly,
expired
sir.
630 of 20, 54 and 29 on that vehicle.
Franklin, does that come back to any government agency? This is easy to come by.
It just advises Advanced Wiring Company.
Do you work for a
Doesn't
wiring
say anything
company?
further.
Okay.
Huh?
Am I being detained? You're the one who called me here, sir. How did you get my phone number?
Okay, that is wrong. If he gets like a phone number, it's quite without permission. He needs. Oh wow, what? Apparently, this guy here, he did took someone's phone number, asked them to meet them up through a phone number that can easily be transmitted, and don't care and really cares if a body cam is on. I don't. No one has the privilege to use a phone number. Like, there are some people who accidentally write the wrong phone number and then call someone random, and then they realize, like, oh wait, I'm so sorry about that. But he used purposely, probably looked through files, private files he's not probably not allowed to touch, and asked him to do something that isn't really his job, from what I understand. This is so strange.
I ain't saying he can't tell me how he got my information. Hey, you are detained at this time, sir. 33 Franklin. I got one Whiskey Mike detained at this time.
It is important to note that Agent Hatton may have had a legitimate reason for requesting such an informal meeting with Deputy Gordon. Later in the interaction, Agent Hatton insinuates that he may be involved in a grander investigation into the sheriff's office that extends beyond the deputy's citation while on the phone with his supervisor.
But you can't call anybody at the PD because the PD is just here backing this guy up. It's Franklin County that's holding him. So you have to call the sheriff to let him know that his deputies have him stopped here and are holding him. He's going to ask why. You're not going to be able to tell him.
The FBI is the primary federal agency responsible for investigating allegations regarding violations of federal civil rights statutes. These laws are designed to protect the civil rights of all persons, citizens and non-citizens alike, within U.S. territory. The FBI is also the lead federal agency for investigating color of law violations, which include acts carried out by government officials operating both within and beyond the limits of their lawful authority. Given that the FBI had been conducting numerous investigations into public officials in the North Florida area, it is very likely that Deputy Gordon is only a small piece of a much larger federal operation. Whether or not the deputies were within their authority to detain Agent Hatton is debatable, and it would make for an interesting case if it were challenged in court.
17's on the way. Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man.
Take my weapon off, okay?
26 Franklin,
I'm not going to put you in cuffs.
put the narrative for this call. That
Where's it
subject
at?
he's got detained,
Okay.
I've got my
claiming
weapon
to be
on
a
my
federal
right.
agent.
You do got, is it on, do I have permission to take it off?
No, you don't have permission
Okay.
to take it.
Just hang tight right here. I'm not cuffing you. I'm not cuffing you. But you're being very uncooperative with me. You asked me to come up here. You called my personal cell phone number. You can't tell me how you got it. Your vehicle's coming back to a wiring company, not the
It's
FBI.
a covert vehicle.
Okay. You
Would
get
you
mad.
like to see some registration?
You get mad at me
Would
because
you-
I turned
would
my
you
body
like to-
camera on,
Would you like to see some registration?
and you know a lot of stuff about me.
That's entering someone's privacy without permission, even if it's like for investigation. Okay, that's really dumb. Because like the cam he has wearing can give really good evidence to see what's going on. Really good evidence. And it could go into the FBI's agent's case. And it could be with his side, but nope. He wants to use something else. Don't understand what's going on.
Would you like to see the registration, sir?
I don't really want anything from you at this point. My supervisor's on the way.
Excellent. You have an easy. I surely do. I showed it to her. Would you like to see it, sir?
You don't have to keep your hands up. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Out here.
I don't want to be shot either.
Office.
Yes, sir.
Myself. Jacksonville, this special agent had.
Do you have a DL on that subject?
Do you have a driver's license on you, sir?
Driver's license.
He's refusing to give us 27 at this time, Franklin.
If he's not giving you his 20, you're going to detain him. Just go ahead and get it from him if he's got it on him.
So you're forcing me to give you my driver's license?
That's what my captain just asked me to get it from you.
We need to find out who he is.
Yeah, there you go.
He could just be somebody who's
Body camera
trained
still
at
running.
FBI.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And something more to him.
Impersonating an officer in any capacity is a crime in most states, and there have been several documented cases of fake FBI agents attempting to infiltrate local police departments. Some of these cases involved highly elaborate schemes that lasted for long periods of time. For example, in 2008, an FBI agent arrived in the town of Gerald, Missouri with a gun, badge, patrol car, and a telephone number for the officers to call to verify his identity. The agent worked with local authorities for months before a local reporter uncovered several complaints about the agent's conduct and ultimately revealed that he was not an FBI agent. The man had taken his name and task force title from the Eddie Murphy film Beverly Hills Cop. But in the several months of working with the man, none of the officers made the correlation. So there is at least a degree of merit to Deputy Gordon's suspicions. Because the deputies have detained Agent Hatton for suspicion of impersonating an officer, they are within their authority to identify the agent so long as the original detention is ruled valid. If the detention is ruled invalid, then the officers may be entitled to qualified immunity because of the unusual nature of the encounter, but that would ultimately be for a court to decide. Eventually, multiple supervisory officers arrive on the scene, and the decision is made to handcuff Agent Hatton and place him in the back of a patrol car.
Okay, that is true. Impersonating a police officer, impersonating a officer, anything that is like a federal agency, like the FBI, being a police officer, even a lowly cop, or anything like that has the authority to arrest someone when about it. Oh, I disappeared. Huh? Huh? Oh boy. How did that happen? I'm so tiny. I had discovered something cool. Oh well. But like I said, that is actually very illegal to impersonate someone that isn't you. Just even having fake IDs, like, that isn't you, is illegal. And you will definitely get arrested. I don't know how many years in jail time either. But, yeah, gonna waste a lot of days, years, maybe months, don't know.
Just being detained. 33 Franklin, we've detained this Whiskey Mike and got him in cuffs in the back of the car now.
I can't see in there.
Yes, sir.
There, brother.
Okay. All right, I'm turning it on right now.
Open the door. I can't breathe.
Sir, I can't open the door. You're being detained right now.
Do you have your body camera still, brother?
Absolutely, it ain't going off.
Thank you, brother.
I had the defroster on.
No, you didn't. Brother, I need air. God almighty.
Okay, that person does not understand what it means to be under arrest. It means you have to be uncomfortable. You can't breathe if you can't yell. If you can't breathe, then you wouldn't be even talking. You will probably have difficulties breathing, but he can still breathe. If he doesn't like the smell, then he has to live with it. Oh, hello, Jade. I came to here to tell you that I won't be in your stream today. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. It's behind right now, so yeah. But yeah,